So we are loaded into PTFS here now. I know you thought I would never play again, but they've added something interesting. Okay, so we are in the A350 right now. Now, what they've added is if you go down here to this little thing in the corner, failures. And so we have a whole list here. We have right engine failure, left engine failure, nose gear, left main gear, right main gear, and then flight control failure. So I guess you just have to crash. So we're gonna go through each one of these one at a time and see if they're good and see if PTFS is finally playable. Firstly, as you see, we have the landing gear failures like I was mentioning. I don't know if they're gonna work on the ground, but we're gonna find out. Nose gear. Okay, so apparently they don't work on the ground. Let's get up in the air. We'll first try nose gear failure and see what happens there. Okay, so we are on approach here. As you can see, we have the gear out. We're gonna go nose gear failure. Now, okay, so that's interesting. That's a little bit, I would say that's slightly disappointing. So nose gear, I can't even speak. Gear failure literally just makes your nose gear disappear. So we're gonna land and see if there's sparks or anything. If there's any kind of coolness to go along with our nose gear failure. Why can't I say that? Pretty shallow. Let's see, we got some call outs here. Okay, we have touchdown. Let's go idle throttle, and then let's see. Here we go. Nose coming down. Oh. Hey, I mean, at least we got it, you know? But I wish there was some kind of sparks or something. We got to try another failure next. We got to try the other gear. We got to try engines. We got to try a lot of stuff. We'll do an engine failure. I'll probably wait for the engines last. Okay, so as you can see, we're in the 747 now. We're going to try another failure. This time, we're going to wait to do... We're going to do all the landing gear. I'm not going to do left and right. We'll do left landing gear this time. Okay, wait. Okay, so this is different. Failures. Landing gear. Left. Okay, I'm double checking I did it. I don't know what to expect because the landing gear didn't disappear. Oh, okay, so I see. I put the gear up and then put it back down as someone suggested, and now it's gone. That's interesting because unless I'm completely mistaken, which I could be, with the nose gear, I think I just put the gear down and then pressed it, and then, there we go. Touchdown. And we are riding on engine number 2 here. So again, same idea, but I mean, like, let's see. Can I just taxi normally like this? Yeah, so it's a little bit, obviously it's kind of just for the visual. Like, I don't feel any difference taxiing or anything else with the resistance from not having our left main gear. Let's go on to the more interesting failures though. And also, you know, while we're up here, I'm gonna click AT. Voice chat must be... I am not doing that. I'm gonna get banned if I do that. Someone is gonna say something insane. Yeah, that's not happening. So we have made it up here a lot higher than we were before. We're at 5,000 feet. We are going to go down here, back to failures. Now I'm gonna click flight controls. Okay, so it's yelling at me. Okay, so I can still, as you can see, it's still moving my plane to some extent. But it just feels like maybe much less. That might be all it is everything's a lot less sensitive. Like, look, that's trying to go full left aileron, and it's not loving it. So I'm gonna see if I can land like this. If I do line it up correctly, I can probably land smoother because it does do, it's less abrupt. But we'll see. Let's try to line up and see what happens. Okay, so here we are trying to do this failed control surfaces, and then I think at the end I have one last idea. The last thing we're gonna do is every failure all at once. So we'll try this, then we'll try engine failures, and then we're gonna try every failure at the same time and just hope and pray. Okay, control surface failure coming in. We came in with a lot of airspeed. Let's see what happens here. Let's try to get wings level. Oh yeah, there we go. Easy. I keep forgetting that I need to use the mouse. Yeah, so even rudder is a lot less sensitive. Okay, so that's kind of interesting. But now for the finale, actual engine failure. Let's see what it does. So here we are in the B2. Whoa, don't fall. Let's get it to actually go, not just crash. Failures. We're gonna go right engine failure. Is everyone ready? Hopefully it looks cool. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe that was a little bit dramatic because once you zoom in, it's not quite as cool. But there is smoke. I mean, hey, for PTFS, credit where credit is due, that's cooler than I thought it would be. So does our thrust actually decrease a lot? That's my question. Do we actually have a decrease in thrust here, or does it feel exactly the same? I'll probably have a better perception of that when we actually come into land. Okay, so we have some yaw going on here. I don't know how well you can see that, like you would if you only had thrust coming from your left engine. Now, I don't know if there's a way to control rudder in this, but I don't think I'll need to in the first place. But it does feel different, which is good. Like, normally I'd be going 8 trillion knots right now with this power setting, but we're not. So PTFS is slowly, I never thought I would say this, it's slowly getting better. Okay, coming in. Now, we're at 200 knots, 77% throttle, which normally you'd be way faster than this in PTFS. So it actually does feel different, and the animation is better than I thought it would be. Let's just say that. Better than I thought it would be. Let's land here, though, and then I'm going to get in an airliner again. Yeah, you see how we're flying? Definitely interesting. I'm going to get an airliner, and we are finally going to try, what's it called? Ooh, let's go idle here, or slow down at least a little bit. We are finally going to try multiple failures at once. Multiple failures at once. I mean, that's not too bad. I want to see what the smoke does when we stop, though, real quick. Let's see what the smoke does. Does it stop going backwards, or just keep going back? And there you go. The smoke starts going up. I mean, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. Let's try multiple failures, and then we'll call it. Okay, so here we are. We've gotten up here in the 777. Everyone in chat is telling me that we can only get 1 failure from each category, which I guess would make sense. So we're going to go right engine. There it goes. Oh, yeah. Love to see it. Look, there's some fire in there as well. We're going to go nose gear and flight controls. Okay, let's exit. Let's see if that worked. Oh, yeah, it definitely worked. It definitely worked. I can feel the flight controls up, and there's the gear. Okay, perfect. So we have 1 engine. We have no nose gear, and we have broken flight controls. Let's see if I can do a landing. Okay, we have done it. We've done this approach a little bit. We're in the 777. We have no nose gear, like I said, no right engine. We're at 100% throttle. Don't hit the water, please. And we're going to see what happens. Here we go. Let's get a nice gear view here. Less throttle. Oh, we're going to land late, too. Come on. Come on. Wings level. Not quite. Idle throttle. And there we go. Let's see if we can hold this nose up. Hold the nose up, hold the nose up, hold the nose up. And there it goes. Look at that. I mean, that's honestly a pretty cool little view. A flaming engine and the nose on the ground. That's pretty cool. PTFS has definitely improved. That's all I got to say.